Caw, caw. Hello, hello, everybody. Holy crap, it's been a minute. And this is usually like way late for me. But I couldn't sleep. I have a lot to get off my chest. And sometimes it's easier to do it when there's not everybody around. So I don't know who will see this, but most likely tomorrow on the replay, which is cool. With me. Who's on here? Hang on. Hey, Kramal, how's it going, buddy? It's been a minute. And I usually don't go live at so freaking late because it's like I set it for 4:20 a.m. my time. And if you know, you know, right? 4:20 is like the weed time, like if smoke 'em if you got 'em time. But I don't know. I've been kind of taking a bit of a break from the whole nonsense and fuckery that we call YouTube. Um, Carmel, if you're gonna hang around, can you please do me a favor? I have the worst reception in my basement. Like if you literally lift your arm and your leg at the same time, out goes your Wi-Fi. So if at any time you can't hear me, please put a 1 in the chat. Because sometimes I have to reset it. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't even know where to start. Like I've got so much on the go. Holy crap, it's been crazy the last few months, okay? So let's start off with the surgery. I had 2 surgeries. Um I am hoping I still have to see the specialist for post-op for my last one. But I was kind of hoping and expecting um more of a recovery quicker, and I'm hoping that I'm just slow on the mend. But I was it took about 3 weeks because they did the eyes separately, right? So they did the worst eye first. So that would have been my right eye. And it took about 3 weeks to start seeing clearly, but I'm still having problems out of my left eye, which was never the bad eye to begin with. I'm told this is normal. I don't know. Anybody else that's had laser eye surgery lately? If you have, holla if you hear me, because like, am I going blind? Do I need to Helen Keller up this bitch? What do I gotta do? Like, come on. 10:26 a.m. over there. Holy crap. Where are you again? Are you in like the UK? Wait a second. 10 That's 6 hours ahead. No, UK is like 5. Oh, but there was certain times a year that we would be like an extra hour behind because the daylight savings things are off. But so yeah, yeah, that happened. So eye surgery, it's regardless of where I'm at with that, I see 100% better now than I did before. So that's a bonus on my books. Then there was the holidays. I hate them. It's just, I don't do well with holidays. And I try to keep that to myself because I know that there's a lot of people that really do. The Netherlands, really. There's a lot of people that do enjoy the holidays, but sometimes, I don't know. It makes you think about all the ones that aren't here that used to make that time, like those holidays, that much more special. And it's just a time of year, like you sort of reflect on that. And I don't know about you, but the older we get, like, I don't know. I don't know. If you know, you know. It's hard to explain. I don't even understand it. I just go day by day. So let's talk about some shit. God, I have so much to say, and I don't even know where to start with everything. Like, holy. Okay, so let's talk about like some good news for me. But nonetheless, still suspicious. So our toddler crime minister has made an announcement today. In fact, you know what? Why don't I do this? Hang on a second. and then we will talk about it because that's what I do.
So I thought it might be fun for us to do this again. Bon matin. Every morning I've woken up as Prime Minister. I've been inspired by the resilience, the generosity, and the determination of Canadians. It is the driving force of every single day I have the privilege of serving in this office. That is why, since 2015, I've fought for this country, for you, to strengthen and grow the middle class. Why we rallied to support each other through the pandemic, to advance reconciliation, to defend free trade on this continent, to stand strong with Ukraine and our democracy, and to fight climate change and get our economy ready for the future. We are at a critical moment in the world. My friends, as you all know, I'm a fighter. Every bone in my body has always told me to fight because I care deeply about Canadians, I care deeply about this country, and I will always be motivated by what is in the best interest of Canadians. And the fact is, despite best efforts to work through it, Parliament has been paralyzed for months after what has been the longest session of a minority parliament in Canadian history. That's why this morning I advised the Governor-General that we need a new session of Parliament. She has granted this request, and the House will now be prorogued until March 24th. Over the holidays, I've also had a chance to reflect and have had long talks with my family about our future. Throughout the course of my career, any success I have personally achieved has been because of their support and with their encouragement. So last night over dinner, I told my kids about the decision that I'm sharing with you today. I intend to resign as party leader, as Prime Minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process. Last night I asked the President of the Liberal Party to begin that process. This country deserves a real choice in the next election, and it has become clear to me that if I'm having to fight internal battles, I cannot be the best option in that election. The Liberal Party of Canada is an important institution in the history of our great country and democracy. A new Prime Minister and leader of the Liberal Party will carry its values and ideals into that next election. I'm excited to see the process unfold in the months ahead. We were elected for the third time in 2021 to strengthen the economy post-pandemic and advance Canada's interests in a complicated world. And that is exactly the job that I and we will continue to do for Canadians. Merci beaucoup, mes amis.
Well, ain't that, for someone, come on up, Dakota. For some dude who's so big on the whole climate grift, he sure does a lot of gaslighting, doesn't he? And okay, so like, here's my concerns, okay? Because you guys know I'm a big fucking skeptic. And woo woo, first of all, can I say that? It is a win. I'm going to take it in the win column. But here's the thing. Did you hear his words? Because I'm always about the wording. Did you hear his words? I plan to resign as the Liberal leader and as the Prime Minister of Canada. Okay. And then he prorogued government, which basically means they're on vacation again. They just come off of that. He knew that, like, Canada fired him months ago. He's done everything in his power to avoid it. Okay. Um, and the look on his face today, oh man, I should take a picture of it and blow it up and put it on a punching bag because, oh my fuck. Okay, but what's in March? What is on March 24th? Why is he prolonging this? Like, what's up? Okay. What's coming? And I have a feeling I know. And the more I'm starting to pay attention, the more I'm starting to observe, I'm beginning to think that the rumors might be true. But you know, it's all alleged right now. But I'm going to tell you guys that allegedly, hang on one second. Hang on. There we go. You could hardly hear it at all. Fuck my life. I can't see the chat when I have a video on the screen. So basically what he's saying in a long-winded bullshit, feels sorry for me, look at me, I'm so pitiful. He's, you know, he's been a fighter his whole life. Okay, so to him, like the new definition of fighting means when the shit hits the fan, I run like a bitch. That's what fighting means to Justin Trudeau. So I'm sorry that the audio wasn't loud enough. I apologize. So what he was saying is that he realizes now suddenly that he's in a boatload of trouble. It's coming his way. There's no way that he can escape it. He's trying to avoid it as much as he can. He runs from every single consequence when they try to make a move. His own party was selling him out. They kept trying to, in Canada, to like throw somebody out of office in his position. You need to have a non-confidence vote, basically. And there was like 3 or 4 called, and he prorogued government, which means they're all on vacation again. So they're all at their cottages living it up, you know. So that means nothing can happen. No bills can change, no laws can pass. So, you know, since they just get to pick that all these times that they get all this long vacation on the taxpayers' dollars, I'm deciding to prorogue myself. Okay, I'm just gonna call it any day and for as long as I want, because that's what I do. What is it? Mr. This is fucking amazing. Okay, there it is. Trudeau, I don't feel sorry for you, bro. Actually, out of everybody, I'll tell you the truth, is the kids. He has kids, and he mentioned them today, and I never actually thought of his kids. And you know what, toddler, you should be a fucking ashamed of yourself for like. I know your head's in up your ass, and you don't see reality, but what about your kids? How much hate have they seen from the entire country of Canada focused at you? And it took this, what I'm going to say is alleged, because right now it's alleged, and I'm sure they're trying their best to not have it become common knowledge. But I don't have 100% proof, but I'm pretty confident it's true. And allegedly, he was involved in the Diddy parties. And if what I'm hearing is true from a reliable source that I've seen in the past, allegedly there is video evidence of him being there and of him being involved allegedly with minors, and allegedly the minor involved allegedly did not make it out of the house. All of that is alleged. I'm waiting for things to come out. And also allegedly, the DA that is in charge of Diddy's trial has this information. I'm waiting for it to be announced. See, I don't know about the country that you guys live in, but like, you know, they just really censor the shit out of us. Now, do you understand why? There are so many things that I've been forced to keep quiet about because they used to take my channels down. Now they just shadow ban me, right? So that means nobody gets my notifications, nobody knows when I'm live. So they let me speak now, but they just shadow ban you. And like, you know, I really don't care. Like, I mean, I just come on here to usually rant every now and then, and that's what I use this platform for. But you know, it's very annoying, like when you feel like your speech is being prevented from being heard, but then again, they don't give a shit. What they don't care. So so that's a step in the right direction, but I am cautious about this because the wording was very odd. And yeah, oh shit, dude, that there. And you know what, this is actually kind of my worst fear right now. Okay, hang on one second, I gotta blow my nose. Hang on. I apologize, I'm just getting over being sick. I'm still kind of trying to shake it, but man, for the last few days. So yeah, Yeah, there's going to be some names that come out that surprise people. And here's my worst fear about this is if that rumor is proven to be true, because right now I have to assume that it's alleged, again, from a reliable source, but until I actually see it on the news or hear his name from, Busby or whatever, then I have to say it's alleged and assumed. But if what he's saying is true, and say, for example, let's just, play this scenario out. Say the toddler was involved in that shit, if Diddy fucking has that kind of shit on him and it turns out to be true, I would hate for that to be a bargaining chip to get Diddy out of what he's into. Like, that's my worst fear about the whole thing. But I don't know. Is it like the Epstein list? Are we ever going to see it? I don't know. Certain names come out, certain names get buried. Like, when you're at an elite level and you have like unlimited amount of money, um, you can pay for your freedom. Now, here's another thing. And this is where my knowledge comes in handy. I wish that Canada had the RICO Act and here's why. Yeah, and actually, let me preface it by saying this because some people might come across this and be like, what do you mean? Okay, remember in America, they introduced the RICO Act to target the mob, right? Well, in Canada, the mob here in every Canadian's eyes is that the government is what used to be the mob, except less classy. Right? Like, I mean, there's certain things like we knew the rules sort of thing, right? But these guys just, whenever they tried to get his ass, he just runs like a little bitch. I have zero pity for him. We will never forgive. We will never forget. I think this is the beginning of a lot of dominoes falling, and I've got my feet kicked up. I've got my popcorn ready, and I can't wait. Because, like I said before, karma comes and it goes. Like it comes around and it goes around. And everything he said, like I said, for somebody who's so big on climate change, he sure likes to gaslight a lot of people. He fought for nothing. He did nothing. He did not stand up for Canadians. He's ruined our country. He's bankrupted our country. I've never seen so many homeless people in my entire life. People can't eat. It's ridiculous. The cost of living is insane. And now they're going to quadruple this climate grift tax. Like tax, 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 tax. Like, you know what? How do I sign up to not pay any taxes? Because I'm going to prorogue taxes. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Like, this is, so fucking annoyed. But anyways, I don't want to keep talking about that. So I'm just gonna take that in the win column and keep my eyes and ears open and figure out, why are you delaying it for this amount of time? Obviously there's something going on that we don't know about yet. And yeah, well he is till he wasn't, right? He's a bozo. He is the most hated man in Canada. He has zero self-awareness. And like I said, the ones I feel sorry for are his kids actually, because they've had to listen to all, like, don't tell me they don't go online and see this shit. I know, as sheltered as Bubble Boy is, I'm sure his kids have access to the internet, and maybe they don't. He is quite controlling, as you can see. So anyways, that's that topic. What else do I want to talk about? There was so many things that I should have wrote it all down, because, well, you know me and how I forget things. But let me see this. Where's this one thing I want to do? Hang on, how do I do it again? Hang on. I hope you can hear this one better. Whoops.
You are not. You are not loyal if you let somebody sit around you and talk about your friend and all you did was listen. What you should have said is, that's my friend. I'm going to tell him exactly what you said. And you lucky you still got teeth in your mouth, because the way we roll, see, y'all ain't loyal. Y'all will listen to anybody, say anything about anybody. And then when you get around and talking about, see, that's what I was saying. You didn't say nothing. All you did was give your earrings. Where is the loyalty? Where is the trustworthiness? Where is the stuff that if we spend time together, where is it that I know I got somebody protecting me outside of my presence? Where are the loyal people?
topic on, new year, new me, blah blah. I don't make those New Year's resolutions. I do those every day. I make a little goal for myself and I do it. So yeah, so there's that. I've been kind of in the background, just paying attention and watching everything because I've had a lot going on personally in my life right now. And there would be a time when I'd come out here and just scream at everybody on my phone for hours and hours. But there's something I want to talk about on a serious note for a second because especially the holidays are a tough time, and I see a lot of people struggling. And like I want to talk about some stuff like that happened in my personal life, not for my sake, but for others. And it's going to take a long time to get that out. Like, that's not going to be an easy one to do. I'm going to have to do it in a lot of parts. But, the reason why everyone took the lockdown so rough here, and I realize now that it was different in every area and every country, but they did a lot of damage. And we're just starting to see, we're starting to pay the price for that. Okay. Not just financially, but mental health wise. I've lost a lot of people in the last couple of years. It's been a very sad time. And I have a lot of information that would be able to help others get through a tough time because my life has been far from easy. And hi, Edwin. How are you? Good morning. I think. Yes, where you are. I just wanted to start, I've been thinking about this for a while, and you guys know that there's been a big censorship problem in our country. And I have realized, like, I have to do some thinking about it, but it's very powerful what I've been through. And I think people need to share their stories more often because I know a lot of people struggle in silence. And the reason why I know that is because it took me a long time to start opening up. To, first of all, to even realize what was happening, then secondly, to open up about it, and then kind of admit to yourself what is going on. And I don't know, it's been tough. And some days you think you got this, and other days you hear the universe laugh and say, haha, hold my beer and watch this, right? And then on comes the shitstorm. So I think my next one, like my next live that I do, is going to be part one of that. Because like I said, it's a lot to throw at people at one time. It's a very, well, obviously personal subject for me, but again, it's excuse me, it's not for my sake that I want to share it. It's that I think I have a lot of information that could be useful to others that maybe are not as comfortable to share. And I've tried doing that on different platforms through the years, and sometimes it helps people and sometimes it backfires on me. But if I can help somebody, that's the goal. And the next time I do a live, it won't be at 4:20 in the morning, but I picked that time on purpose. I just wanted to come out here real quick and just say that. So, Dakota, what are you doing? You're a little bubble. Dakota's always here. My buddy came over the other day. Oh my god, he thought it would be a great idea to sneak up on Dakota. Very horrible idea. Usually Dakota, if he's gonna nip, it'll be just like a slight nip. He fucking bit this guy. There was blood. I'm like, oh my god, like he just lunged, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was shocked. So was he. Like, thank God it's a friend, right? Thank God it was in my house. And oh, jeez, he's a savage. Dakota's a savage. You guys think I'm a savage? You haven't even seen Dakota. Like, he's massive, and the pictures don't even do him justice. He's like a small pony. It's ridiculous. Um, see, hear him? Always lipping off. What do you want here? Come here. Come here. God, he's annoying sometimes. I love him to pieces, but he tests my patience. Boy dogs are definitely more work than girl dogs, 100%. Um, so yeah, so like I said, I've just kind of been watching in the background, paying attention to what's been going on, and I don't know. I guess I've been trying to think of a way to say this that's not going to be like, yeah, fuck you, you're an idiot. But really, yeah, fuck you, you're all idiots. Like, I mean, if your whole entire channel is based upon putting others down to make yourself feel better in some type of way, that says way more about you than them. That tells me that you have no confidence like in yourself, that you're not a good person. It tells me that you probably don't have a lot of friends in real life. It tells me that you probably don't think very much of yourself. And for all of those reasons, you think that, you're doing this public service by, bringing out people, doing background checks. Like, I hate to tell y'all, but if you're doing that sort of shit on YouTube, you're fucking crazy. Okay. And you need to start calling out these crazy people. Okay. Don't be afraid. That's one thing over the last 2 years that I'm not a fan of, and I will not ever be a fan of, is if you see something, say something, because so many people turn blind eyes to shit. You never know where a person's at in their life. You never know what a person's going through, and you don't need to add to that by being a shitty person. Like, seriously, get a fucking job, get a hobby, or find some happiness in your life that you don't need to come out here and put others down all the time because you look fucking ridiculous. And if you think you're built for that and that's your whole platform, and donate, donate, donate because I'm providing a service, no, you're providing a harassment case. Like, you are providing other people with low self-esteems, uh you make it seem okay and it's not. Like, it's actually really bad. You're a shitty person and you need to knock it off. You probably have no brains to think at all. Well, trying to keep it in a way that's people are going to actually listen to my words, because as you know, I can be very offensive and I have no problem with that. However, that being said, sometimes I try to use my powers for good, not evil. I have a halo. It's held up by horns. Okay. But this is my nice way of saying, hang on, I just gotta let the code up here. This is my nice way of saying to you that you need to smarten the fuck up and you need to stop. And if you really do believe that you are talented and that you've got, something there and you've got a good show and you've got, good content with good people, then why don't you use your evil powers for good? Like, and do something good for people. Do something nice. Like, if you see somebody on the street, like, I don't know about where you live, but in my country, like, winters are bad here, and we get lucky sometimes. But I had to go out earlier to grab some drink and some dog food, and you wouldn't believe how many people are out on the streets walking because they're homeless. And if you sleep at night when you're homeless, people rob them. People rob homeless people. Like, that is so fucked up, you guys. Like, oh my fuck. I can't even get my head around what is wrong with this society. And it's the bozo that I showed you in the beginning. He's done this to us. So if I had, well, maybe I better watch the way that I say this, but I'm just going to say it like I see it. I wish upon the toddler every hardship that he has put millions of people through. And he is also the same dumbass that made it a federal constitutional right. Like, I know he likes to pretend we don't have a constitution, but we really do. He made it a constitutional right to have housing. Okay. Well, everybody's on lockdown. Our country's population grew, I think, by 2 million. Well, Jesus fuck, Ricky, how'd that happen when you're all inside your house now? Stay home while these bozos are going on TV from their fucking cottages. Like, you lead by example. That's what a leader is. Okay. I've been in management for 15 years. Like, if you don't practice what you preach, you don't get respect. In fact, what you get is hated. Your team will not work for you. And you know what the best part is when this bozo no longer is, like, officially, because he's right now still in charge until they get to choose, the next puppet, the next, dumbass. It's like, you should be forced to live the way that you forced others to live. That should be your punishment. And I can't say the rest of what I think should happen. But I just strongly believe in karma. I strongly believe in what comes around goes around. I think he's absolutely going to get his. And I am not really, the hateful type. I don't really hold grudges. Well, I can if I really want to. I can really hold a grudge. But I've learned over the years the value of time and how quickly life goes before your eyes. It's kind of funny because my niece the other day put something on her Facebook and it says, how did I go from, like, I can't remember, like, the age to 20 whatever, and I was like, wait till you get, go from 25 to, like, how the fuck did I get to this place? So please, 25-year-old, she's not 25, she's like 21 maybe, I think, can't remember, but yeah, like, I mean, wait till you get this old, and it's like, you don't realize how valuable time is. And we're not here for a long time, right? We're here for a good time. And why don't you take that energy that you put in that vitriol and the negative bullshit, trying to build yourself up at the expense of others? Why don't you turn that around and do something good for yourself, for your family, for your friends, for your community? Like, do something positive with your fucking life. Like, what do you want your legacy to be when you get off of this, go on to the next life? What do you want to leave behind? What do you want to be known for? Do you want to be known for uh, a dirtbag that sits on the internet and researches people's backgrounds and stuff? Like, guys, you're not fucking cops. You're not, private investigators. I know you like to think you are, but why don't you use those tools, that you use against other people's family members that are not even on YouTube and have absolutely nothing to do with your bullshit? Why don't you actually go get your license and be a real private investigator for real fucking issues other than people on the internet? I will never understand the logic of people. So if that's the way that I need to say it to you, like, maybe you're great at investigating. Maybe you're excellent at stalking people. Maybe you are so great at insults that you should be a stand-up comedian. But maybe what you should really do is just kind of start being nicer to others, just in plain general. Because there's so much going on that if you know, if you're based and been paying attention and don't have your head up your ass, you clearly see what's going on in front of your eyes. And some people choose to not see it, and I absolutely understand why. It's sort of a pain in the ass, but I understand why you don't want to see it, because once you see it and realize what things are, it's a big mind fuck, and it makes you not trust people. And we're getting to like a critical point. And here's the funny thing, okay? And this is the last thing I'm going to say about politics, and it's really not. This is kind of actually great, I think. Is like Trump, and I'm not like, it's not about that, but he went on and he said like this, he totally trolled the prime minister. Like, I died, okay? Like, so for this, Trump, kudos to you. I wish I could high five you for this one, but legit, he goes on and says, Governor Trudeau and Canada's our 51st state, right? And I thought, fucking A. You know what I thought of? The first thing I thought of was the Second Amendment, the freedom of speech, and then I thought, oh, what about your draconian laws? Like, that's where we're gonna have issues, okay? But anyways, remember the RICO Act I was talking about? Remember why they brought that in? And it was for the mob. Well, I wish we had that here, because all of these people are so above the rest of us peasants that they get to break any fucking law they want. And then when the hammer's coming down, they either run for their lives and hide in their bunkers, or they just stop the committees altogether. Now, like, can I have this special magical wand, please? Because I want to be part of it. And I also want to have, investments in things that, you just go from a peasant to a millionaire at the expense of everybody else, and you're taxing us to death. Now, here's the part that a lot of people might not know, and this is why I brought this comment up about Trump. And he just trolled the fuck out of Trudeau, and like, oh, we like Canadians are like, yeah, right. Is that I wish we had. Oh no, what was the point of that? Well, the RICO Act. There was something else though about that. Fuck, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, you guys. It's been a minute. Like, I'm just getting over being sick, and my head's kind of everywhere. I got too much in it. Oh, I remember. The reason why we found that funny is this might not be common knowledge, and a lot of people might not know this, but back when everything was going on and everybody flew to like Ottawa to protest because of our rights and all this shit, um, what was- there was a point to that. He ran away, of course, as he does. He's a cock, right? Just come out of the closet, Justin. But what was I forgot again. How does that happen? I really think I have dementia. I have 10 or 12 signs of dementia. It's alarming, actually. And like, I always have a scatterbrain anyways because I have ADD. But this is extra. Like, even my best friend, she's like, Kim, what's going on? I'm like, dude, I don't even fucking know. Like, I don't know. Do I have dementia? I think I'm a little young, but I also thought I was a little young for going blind too, and that fucking happened. But what was it now? Something about Ottawa, Trump trolling Trudeau, 51st state, but there was a thing about it. I can't remember. Motherfucker. It came back to me at one way again. Like, I don't know where my head is half the time. Okay, hang on. Woo, I missed comments. Hey, Paint Like Bean. Well, see, I'm optimistic because he said the words, I'm stepping down as the leader of the Liberal Party, and I am also stepping down as Prime Minister. But he put, no, I'm not blind anymore. I had surgery, but damn near blind. 2 more months, I would have had no vision at all. It was really bad. And then after I got it done, like I had so many bruises all over me because I couldn't see shit. Like it was really bad and very alarming. Yeah, I used to always joke about having 80-year-old eyes, but the joke was on me because I really did. So yeah, that's crazy. What was that thing about Trump though? It was a really good fucking dig. God damn it. Hopefully it'll come back, but you never know. It's pretty late, pretty early. Haven't slept. So chuckles. Yeah, it's been a tough go, man. Like, I mean, life ain't easy for people, and it's just. Oh, I remember. I'm gonna say it now before I forget. What a lot of people don't know is how this all what kind of put this plan into action about Trudeau resigning is when Trump met with the toddler. He said that he's going to start putting tariffs on like our trading partners. And let me explain it because I had to look this up because I really don't know the difference between a tariff and a tax. The taxes are for the for the people that they rob our money so they can go on lavish vacations and preach about climate change at the same time. But a tariff goes after the businesses. So essentially, not only did he spank his ass by saying the 51st state, he also spanked his ass. Now, what people don't understand is that when the whole situation was going on in Ottawa, there was one, there was a guy in the States. He was the first one to start speaking up for us. His name is Lieutenant Stephen Rogers. He has been, I think he's a former police officer and many, many years of, I don't know if he's a senator or what he is, but he's very high up. And when when he seen the picture of the horse running over those people, he went to Congress and said that Justin Trudeau was a national security threat to the United States of America, and that move was 1,000,000% deliberate. It was not targeted at us Canadians. It was absolutely targeted at the toddler. And now I'm happy to get that off my chest because I've been sitting on that one for a fucking long time, man. But I could go back and find the footage of that. And he was the first one to step up for us and start really paying attention because our media was lying the whole time. They lied to us the whole time. Like, I hope they all. I just believe that this is going to be the year that everything changes. And it's really kind of weird to me how, things go on for 20 fucking years in open view, but nobody said anything, and it depends on who you are. It's different rules for different fools, and I'm not a fan of that. Okay. It's like consistency for everybody regardless of your position, or don't even bother, because when you come at me, I'm going to use every tool you used against us back at you. But here's the thing, like, and I noticed that this was starting to happen is because, when you live in a pressure cooker for so long, people start turning on each other. And it was going to get to the point that if something didn't happen soon, like people were ready to, I just don't want to say it. I don't want to have any problems with my number one fan here, but people were ready to, all business, all or nothing. This is how we go. This is it. It's time. We're doing it. And something happened, and you could see it in his face. I've never seen the guy humble, and it's not because he was on TV telling everybody he's a loser and he's going back on RuPaul's Drag Race. It was because he knows the hammer's coming down. My question though is, where in the world can Waldo go that he's going to be safe when he's not surrounded by 50 fucking people? He cannot even do a live press conference like this without people in the back being like, fuck you, and we hate you, get out of our city, or, it's, what happens in the dark eventually comes to light. And same can be said for the bozos on here, the toddlers on here. Why don't you try start doing good shit so we can all start healing as a nation and as a country, as a nation, as in the world? Like, there's so much shit that I wish I could just say because I've been sitting on this stuff for such a long time, but I know how the game is played. And I don't have the resources that they have. Like, they got the weapons and the resources, but we got the numbers. But what good are the numbers when you're staring down the face of an LRAD machine and you don't even know what this thing is? Like, they played their cards. And that's when the world's seen it. And it's unfortunate that that's what it took for people to open their eyes. But I don't know. Like, I'm glad things are starting to happen because people were just done with it. And that's just the way it is. Oh, hey, Doug. How are you? And nice, you got a channel. Wait a minute, hang on. This is my cell I'm on. They cut me off, fuckers. Tel's been charging me double. That happened to me too when I was out west, Doug. I had internet, and then when we moved, I was like, okay, I want internet and the cable or whatever. And I didn't realize for like 2 years that I was paying for they never disconnected my old address. They ended up giving me like, they said they can only go back so many months and they refunded me like $800. So yeah, call them up and give them help. You know what? I will be anybody's representative. I really especially love fighting insurance companies. Those are my favorite because I take zero shit. Okay. Okay. So let's see what else. So I can't stay long. Give them a lot of time on my cell contract. Oh boy. You just fucking give me their information. Fuck them. Listen, I am done being railroaded by these people. I am sick of they're making us live like people in jail have it better, okay? And that's not even a joke. I wish I could say it was. But I think their punishment should be that they have to go, live like that. The way that they're forcing everybody else to live. And then maybe these clueless psychopath narcissists can open their eyes and be like, okay. Or just drive around at night and see how many people are out because they can't sleep because they're homeless. And if you go to sleep, your buggy's gone. Like, what the fuck is this? Oh, like, seriously. Like, I would like to say this is a clown world, but fucking holy shit. I don't know, man. Like, something's got to give. And it's not, you can't rely on the people that broke you to fix you. So it really has to be up to us. And it was getting to the point that something, if it didn't change, there was going to be a fucking revolution and they knew it. But what they were trying to do was to mind fuck everybody. And instead of it being a revolution, it would have ended up being a civil war because people are fighting amongst themselves, but we're on the same team. Make it make sense. Put your fucking egos aside. Okay. Like, God, what is wrong with people? Do you not see this? Like, you know what? One day we're going to play a game and it's going to be very soon. If I could find that thing, we would play it right now. This is what people need to hear. Like, Hooked on Phonics Cell, that's how it's going down because people just don't understand. And that's all that it is. Yeah, he said that he stepped down as party leader and he stepped down as the prime minister. And now he's pro-rogue government again. So these motherfuckers get paid top dollar. Like, they're the opposite of Robin Hood. They are stealing from the poor to make themselves richer. Okay. Maybe you want to start looking into his background now that he's not, this pampered toddler elite, because there's a lot there that a lot of people would not have gotten away with, if you know what I'm saying. Wood chipper, Picton Farms, I don't know, check it out. Maybe look up the Shermans, look up all these scandals that he gets involved in. There's so much information out there. And I have to be careful about how I word things. But why should I have to be careful when it's a fucking criminal? I have to be careful what I say because I might offend the sensibilities of a fucking criminal. Are you kidding me? Like, what kind of clown world are we living in? Can I just run this shit for like a month? I will have everybody deprogrammed. We will be outside dancing in the fucking streets. You will love thy neighbor again. All of this shit will be like just a distant memory that we've all blocked out. It's just, those are days gone by. And next time when we see the fucking warning signs, we're rolling. And I would love to be the 51st state. Like, bring it on. But yeah, that was him trolling Trudeau, and I believe that's what forced him into this. That and the hammer's coming down on him judicially. And I don't know, from what I can see as an outsider looking in, Canada doesn't. They have very relaxed laws. Like we have a turnstile, like catch and release program, unlike the U.S., which is the total opposite, which is very draconian. But if the rumors were true about what I was talking about earlier, he probably would never see the light of day again. And if the DA has it, and that's Diddy's leverage, and all of this is true, then I'm just going to sit back and wait and watch. And believe me when I tell you, I'll fucking drive to New York. I will fucking go in the courtroom every fucking day. Like I will give you, I will give you live updates. Like, oh my god, because don't please someone save the day. Like we need someone to save the day. But I also want to know where you're going to go next, Trudeau. Where can you go? Where you got left? Maybe RuPaul's got a room, right? But I don't know. There's a lot of shit. So the bottom line is don't come out here and be a jerk to everybody else. Okay. It's hard enough. Life is hard enough these days. And the things that you say to people online, you would 1,000,000% never say to their face because you know that if you did, you'd be walking away without teeth. And I'm sorry, but if maybe that's what, if everybody wasn't such a freaking snowflake and we go back to the rules that we grew up on, like back in my day, like when we grew up, there was no online shit. Well, actually, there's no online, period. But if you had a beef with somebody, you didn't go talk shit about them. You just went out on the street and, threw, threw fists and you squashed it and it was over. Like, and that now is just like drag it out. Let's see how much we can hurt somebody. Like, lawsuits and all this shit. Like, come on, man, fucking grow up. Like, God, do you not have better shit to do with your time or your so-called talent? So, that's gonna be all for tonight. But I just wanted to say that I've heard from a few friends over the last few weeks. Um, Everything will absolutely always remain 100% confidential. And it's not just for those individuals; it just goes up to everybody. That myself included, the holidays are not an easy time, and times are tough. And I make good money, and as much as money as I make now, at one time would have been considered a good living, but now it's like I can't even rent an apartment on my own and have a car payment because there would be all of my money that I make, and I'm too old to be working 80 hours a week, y'all. I just can't do it. Like, I no, hard no. And who wants to? And why should we have to? Like, oh. Anyways, thank you guys for listening to me rant. I'm sorry. My vision's still a little bit blurry, and I'm hoping that's still temporary. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hope I don't need more surgeries because Jesus, that was a shit show. And I'll tell you about that sometime. We need to laugh too. Ah, my life is a trip. Like I swear to God, I need a GoPro because you never know. Like it's crazy, crazy town. But never a dull moment. So the next one I come out with, I'm going to start. Um, I have a couple different projects that I'm working on. I'll start down one rabbit hole and then I'll go to another, and I never really get anything finished because squirrel. But I want to do this because unless the powers that be hear the raw truth from somebody who's gone through it themselves, they're never going to understand why some of us have been screaming from the rooftops for so long. And maybe it can help not just somebody who's in the same position, but maybe it will help these assholes who, as far as I'm concerned, all of them should lose their jobs and their pensions, but whatever. Maybe it'll open their eyes to realize how broken our country really is and how strong of a person you have to be and how you have to be your own advocate because nobody else gives a flying shit. And that's wrong. That's not the world I grew up in, and I refuse to accept it. Immigration is a fucking massive problem. We have a lack of housing for them. Our fucking responsibility, I'm all for helping people, but unless every single Canadian has food on their fucking table and a roof over their heads, send these motherfuckers that came in illegally back. I'm sorry if that makes me sound some type of way, but when we're suffering at the expense of our tax-paying dollars that they steal all of, we get a say. And my say is, you didn't come through this country legally, you're going back. Get the fuck out of here, and it starts now. I'm sorry, but this is ridiculous. And I can't save the world. I want to, really, I do. But like, who the hell am I? I don't have the resources of anybody. All I have is my voice. So that's why I've decided that it's time that I just explain to people what I've been through. And maybe, just maybe, it'll catch the right person's ears. And maybe they'll be in a position to be able to change it because I don't know how to change anything. I've never up until it started affecting my life, I didn't know nothing about politics, and I still don't care. I just know who I'm blaming for me being in this position because it sure wasn't me. I didn't shut down the economy, but I don't know. Karma's going to play out, and every Canadian's eyes are on it. And if he ends up going to prison, if he ends up going to trial in New York, I'm coming down, you guys. I don't know if New York's ready for you, but you better fucking get ready because I'll be live streaming on the street outside the courthouse. I'll have my megaphone. Like, oh, fucking right, it's on. Okay. So, on that note, I'm out of here. Thank you for joining me. Sorry I can't see the comments. I'm still on the mend from surgeries. And I'll try to not go live at like 4:20 in the morning again. But I just couldn't sleep and I needed to vent. So, I love my bitches. Sorry it's been so long in between, but you know how it is. But I'm back and I'm going to use my magical powers for good and try and change the things that I can. And I know nothing about policies or changing anything, but I know how to use my voice and I know what people need to hear to facilitate change. And maybe the right person needs to hear it. But they're not going to hear it on this channel because I'm shadow banned into the fucking stone ages. That's why. Please hit the like. Please share things once in a while. You know, I hate saying that sort of shit, but like they do have me on the shadow ban. Like you can't. Do you not realize by now the more you try and silence me, the louder I get? Like just let me talk and everything will be fine. Okay, so thank you guys. I'll be back soon. I'm going to start writing out my first thing because when you guys hear this, some of you have heard it before, some of you have heard bits and pieces, but I've never been fully transparent about the whole thing. And I feel like it's time. And I feel like it's not just time as like a means to heal for myself, but for others that are in the same boat that I was in and I got through the other side. And sometimes that's all we need is just to see somebody else who's been there and that they did it. And no matter what, I always said this is don't let those motherfuckers win. They don't get to destroy you. They don't get to ruin your life. Okay. You keep them out of your life as much as you can. You find your friends. You reach out when you need help. Be kind to your fellow fucking neighbor. Like, let's bring that back. Like, how about morals, respect, and like friendliness? How about that? How about that for just a fucking bare minimum start? And don't be an ass. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys. I'll see you soon. I promise I won't wait so long in between, but man, I had a lot going on. 2 surgeries, still kind of dealing with the blindness, but maybe it'll clear up. I don't know. But talk to you guys soon. Dakota's wrecking the place. Bye, guys.